Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up. Volume isn't my middle name. Still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience, and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still, I swear I'm always chasing. I'm dumb as fuck. We don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the cadet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not. I'm still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along. Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the cadet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not. I'm still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along. Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up. Volume isn't my middle name. Still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience, and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still, I swear I'm always chasing. I'm dumb as fuck. We don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the cadet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not. I'm still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along. Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the cadet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not. I'm still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along. Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up. Volume isn't my middle name. Still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience, and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still, I swear I'm always chasing. I'm dumb as fuck. We don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the cadet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not. I'm still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along. Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the cadet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not. I'm still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along. Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved. Station Nation been going up. Volume isn't my middle name. Still see me in that order book. Need to learn to trade the patience, and maybe then you'll start to cook. But still, I swear I'm always chasing. I'm dumb as fuck. We don't blow it up. Jupiter, blasting out of the universe. Need to loosen up, but deep in my pursuit of the cadet. Am I cool enough? No, probably not. I'm still moving up. That's a money verb while sitting at the computer, and yeah. Mission moves along. Gonna make it easy for them all to come and get involved.
What's going on, everybody? Hello and welcome to the Planetary Call. It's good to have all y'all here. We are missing one particular Catman, but once he joins, we will be able to get going in earnest. Let us know where you're calling in from in the chat. Shout out to Scarlett and Irish and all the other cats of culture that are here, along with everybody else that just comes back time and time again. I see you, Jules. I see you, RJ, Wancho. Who else do we have here? We got .eth, .base is here on the Jupiter call. That's fine by me. We keep an open tent here. As many people as possible are welcome. Tommy Egan is there. I see we got, where'd he go? Osman Johnny is there. Cryptic Cash the Cash. That's right. All right, folks. We have unfortunately, there's really no other way to say it. Got a banger of a call coming up for you. We have not one, but two new videos to premiere, which is going to be very fun. We're going to hear about some product updates, both from Meow and some members of the team. We got the CWG here. We got all sorts of good stuff happening. We got the Netherlands in the building. Shout out Daniel. And much, much more. 11:30 p.m. This is what I love to see. People staying up late night with the Planetary call. Jam from Hungary and my guy OG here. Here from the Uplink work group. Vibes are top notch. Markets go up, markets go down. Vibes stay up over here on the Planetary call. And wouldn't you know it, the man of the hour himself, Mr. Meow. What's going on, Meow?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Fresh out the shower,
Meow.
I see, by the water all over your shirt.
No, that's not what. That's sweat. There's sweat. There's blood and sweat.
The man's been working, ladies and gentlemen, sweating on the keyboard as he goes forward here.
Working hard, bro.
Working hard, man. You haven't slept in I don't know how long, but
Very
that is
long. Yeah, let's go. It's fine.
Par for the course. Let's run it up, folks. Here we go. We are entering into the Planetary call. Hello, 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 and welcome. It is September 4th, if you can believe it. I cannot. And we're going to start this call off the same way we always started off, with the
J.U.P call. Let's go.
Let's go. There we go. Oh, where am I? There I am. Hey, everybody. Hopefully that song's got you amped up. I can promise you we're amped up over on this side because we have a pretty good call coming your way. In case it's your first time here, my name is Cash Donda. I lead the Uplink working group for the Jupiter side of things. I also am the Sherpa over at Super Team and host of the Solana ecosystem call, which is tomorrow at 1 p.m. UTC. Please do check that out. And we are here today to talk about the Jupiverse writ large. This is not a call about token price. This is a call about the Jupiverse. It's the 27th time we've done it, which is pretty wild. What is the Jupiverse?
Amazing.
You might ask.
7 times. Amazing. You'll catch every single time this call happens, right? It's a really good milestone, right? And guys, if anyone here is an entrepreneur or a trader or anyone, I think a weekly milestone is a great idea. It just keeps you in check, right? And Cash. And for those who don't know it, we at Jupiter, we have no board meetings, right? We have no investor calls. We don't do any shit, right? 100% of our attention, 100% of our accountability is to you, right? And we do for you, right? So that's how we do it. I think it's perfect.
Right over to the community. That's a fact. Yep. And there's nothing better than full transparency coming through over here, and the vibes from the chat always coming through as well. Like the jams are still flowing in. Folks, I'm manning the chat today as well. So if you don't see your stuff coming up on screen as fast, that's on my fault. Give me a little bit of patience.
It's always
we are here to talk about the Jupiverse. Oh, nice. All right. Meow's helping out on the comment side. We're here to talk about the Jupiverse, which is comprised of 3 things. We have Jupiter, the platform. And so we're going to get some updates from the team today on how the platform is working, how it's progressing and iterating, getting better every day. We have Jup, the token, which serves as a coordination function across all the various stakeholders for the protocol and beyond. And then we have J.U.P, which is the community, which is more than just the DAO. I want to point out. Meow, do you want to talk a little bit about this fact?
Yeah, you guys know. I mean, the Jupiter community is okay. So guys, you can think about this here, right? Think of a democracy, right? The voting process is obviously extremely important. All the voting machines is obviously very important. Am I right? But this is one part of it, right? There's a whole setup of stuff that goes before the voting, right? You have people rallying the base, you have people like preparing preparing systems, you have people who are working for the working through the inventory system, everything. So the community is actually so in my opinion, right? So in the community, we have in the community the team, the community, users is part of the community, the Catdets are the community, the workers are the community, right? And of course the DAO, right? So together, right? So like each of these 5 components, the users, the team, and the cadets and the working groups, and also the DAO, all of these actually form a critical part, to forming the JUP. I mean, that's how you call it. That's why we have this video, right? JUP video, where we at the end we show the 5 pillars of JUP. Because I truly believe, right, that without any of these components, like the JUP wouldn't happen. Yeah.
The platform, the token, the people that make it great. That is what this call is all about, folks.
Yes, the Jupiverse. Yes, this call is about the Jupiverse. That's why it's a planetary call, right? It's a planetary call about Jupiverse. Yes.
That's right. A lot of good space-related branding going in here. And yes, I do see you. I'm not sure why you're yelling my last name at me, but I do see you all in the chat. All right. Smiley if you see me, no diddy. Okay. Anyway, so here's what we're going to cover today. We have some wins of the week, some cool things that happened, including, can I just say, what I think is the finest song out of DrPreballin, out of the Uplink work group yet. I cannot wait to show you this. It's so goddamn good. Then we're going to get some updates on the platform itself, both from Meow as well as from Bryan from the team. Then we're going to talk about some upcoming votes. CWG, people might know, had a proposal that recently passed that allowed them to create this micro grants program to help people get off the ground.
I'm actually really excited to hear about that. Hey, guys, actually, the things I haven't heard about that myself. So I'm actually pretty curious. I'm actually pretty excited to hear about it too.
This is good. Yeah. Everybody learning all together here. There's a bunch of hot fire there. So we got Kemo and Slorg, the DAO daddies, over here to talk about that, along with J.U.P and Juice. Which is anyone watching J.U.P and Juice here?
The DAO daddies.
The DAO daddies. Yeah, I like saying a Southern gentleman. If you're a fan of J.U.P and Juice, drop a little W in the chat for me right now, just so we can see that.
No, drop a J and J. Drop a J and J.
The problem is that J and J people keep dropping anyway, so that's why I'm probably but we have definitely plenty of love here for whether it's a W or a Juice and Jupe. Plenty of fans here. We're going to be talking about that as well. Then we have Film Fest. Our guy JakeyY, shout out to SolJakey, one of the grantees from the Uplink work group, has a new film out, so we'll watch that for 2 minutes.
Wow, awesome.
And then we're going to do Catdets Corner, of course, before the closing POAP at the very end. Hopefully, this will be around 90 minutes. We'll see what it's like when we get there, though, folks. Buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. Let's start off here with some wins of the week. Working nonstop, I guess. Yeah. Let's go. First, Spot. Getting better every day. Spot, the kind of flagship Jupiter product for many months, many years, continues to improve. This is the kind of a critical piece of the whole Drupalverse philosophy, that you're not perfect on day one. You release things and they get better each time. There's been a bunch of quality of life improvements over to the Spot product.
And importantly, if you fuck up your own up, right? That's very important. If you fuck up your own up. Yeah, I think the Spot product actually wasn't looking that well for I think it was working well, but lacking a lot of functionality earlier this year. And over the last few months, as you upgraded the infra, things didn't do that well. So I think we are finally at a price of the functionality is there, instant routing and everything, but also the functionality, So I think the stability. So I think that took us a while to get right.
Yeah. And I think from just like a UX perspective, a bunch of things have been improved here in general. But in the recent past, we have some aligned product forms and summary sections. The charts and history are on for all the products that you love: limit order, dollar cost average, value average. The backtest toggle is up there, and better price warnings for clarity, because safety is important across all of these things. So big shout out to YY and Farkit for pushing Spot forward all the live long day. If you don't mind mending the comments there, that's great. All right, next one on the platform side. Transactions will land more reliably and even faster going forward. People may or may not be aware, but on Solana, you have these blocks, right? So we call it a blockchain. It's a block of transaction that kind of builds on itself every whatever it is, 400 milliseconds. But there's a certain amount of kind of compute that is available in each block. Jupiter actually was responsible for 50% of all the compute used per block last time I checked in, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. So any improvements that are good for Jupiter here are good for everybody, quite frankly. And indeed, some improvements have been made. So the average compute unit per swap has gone down between 10 to 30% over here, which means for you as a user, your transactions will land more reliably because there's more space in the block. Even if there is some kind of congestion, you can squeeze some more things in. So this is a great one for if and when congestion comes back. Everyone here should be at least have a better chance of getting those transactions to land. So big shout out to Xiong and Acheron Crypto on the Anchor side of things, which is pretty great. Any Token 22 extension warnings, like Slug's tweet? Yeah, you aware of any of those?
Oh yeah, there is. For like for example, right? I think we're actually probably the hardest working cats, in terms of this. No, really, we go through every single token 2022 warning. For example, in token 22, there's a freeze authority, right? Means that the creator of the coin can freeze you. For example, one fine day you might just be like, "Wow, I have so many of these shit coins, right? I'm so happy, But then the creator of shitcoin can go, haha, you suck, I hate you. Then they press the button, you're gone, you're frozen, right? They have freeze authority, right? So I think some coins have it for good reason, like
correct, like stable coins.
Yeah, like some coins have it for really bad reasons, right? You know what I'm saying, right? like to make you like to make you buy it but not sell it.
So it's hard. You got to kind of like be aware of the context to know what kind of warnings to give so that people are properly informed, right? Like it's normal that PYUSD can freeze it from a sanctions compliance perspective, but it's very bad if
it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but we get it, right? No, but for some,
for
example, if you're a meme coin, there's no reason, right? No, I think
so
unless your meme is freezing, right? So yeah, but so I think that so it's something that we do a lot of and stuff. Yeah, in fact, Dixon like to say that we work the hardest, at protecting users. I think that's for sure.
Pretty good. So good stuff happening over on the protocol side. Here's some other good news. Another win of the week. Godly can finally retire. Big shout out to Liam VDB, who's a cadet who shipped a ChatGPT bot that answers all your questions about a Jupiter in one place. This is one of those cool things that just kind of came out of the community to make something fun and useful. I'm going to try this right now. ChatGPT wasn't working for my account recently, but it is right now. Let's see if I can get this going here. How do I hide all of my miscellaneous? There we go. Okay. So what we can do right now is try this out live. We're going to test this live in prod, and we'll see if this works. Can I get some questions in the chat of what
is cash cute?
Is cash cute? There's only one right answer here, Liam. Liam VDB, I'm deleting this slide if the answer is no. Based on culture, I bet that the vibe around here would lead to the positive.
Oh my god, this is not too bad. It's not too bad.
That's not bad. Let's see.
Not bad.
Hanko's asking in the chat here, what fees does Jupe charge for VA?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Check it out.
Here's the joke: is that I'm actually manning the bot behind it, so I answered my own question.
Nah, you're not that smart, bro. Give me a break.
Jupe charges 0.1%.
Good stuff. Holy shit! It's pretty good.
I'm telling you. Shout out to Liam.
No.
In the chat as well.
No, but shout out to the team as well who manages the station. All right. So the web working group, the trial working group, and the team both did a lot of group with the station. Right. So that guys, no data, no AI. Okay, no data, no AI. Okay, so the AI is critical. Okay, so the data is critical. Yeah.
It takes a village. What is the best Jupe emoji? The most popular is oftentimes the ringed planet or the cat or fire emojis.
Ask some questions like like any plans to what are plans for mobile?
How do I get Meow to give me the push-ups he owes me? Let's see. This is the most important question that I need to know, and the answer is searching my knowledge. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this one here. You'll likely have to engage in a playful, persistent way. That's exactly what I've been doing at ChatGPT. You are exactly right. Playfully and persistent.
Nah, you're
Humorous
not.
tone.
That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
No pain, no pie. No pain, no pie. Meow. That's the last thing I'll say to you. All right, let's try one last one from Scarlett. ASR. How is ASR calculated? This is actually a tricky one.
No. Yeah, just go on.
Yeah, let's do this. Shout out to Scarlett for suggesting this question. Calculated using the following process: voting power. Come on now. Voting power per proposal rewards, the reward weight, user rewards, and the linear distribution across all of them for more detailed breakdown. This is pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm impressed. So shout out to Liam, just making this for the good of the whole community. That's what we love to see. That is why this is in Wins of the Week. This is good stuff. Can we get a little W for Liam in the chat, or a little J for Liam in the chat, please? Well deserved on that one. Pretty good stuff. All right, as my screen slowly loads,
we should link it somewhere. Actually, we should link it somewhere. Yeah,
I believe that it is in the Discord. Let's also link it over here. I'll drop the link into the chat.
No, we can link it. We can link it onto somewhere on Station or something. You know?
On Station, should definitely do that.
Yeah. We do actually want to have like actually for the API and stuff that would be pretty useful. You know? Yeah. So I think I can get the Hey Cash, you know what I love about this Planetary call? You know, because in the past, right, guys, this is real, okay? In the past, Jupiter was small enough, right? I can keep track of everything, you know? Nowadays, I come to Planetary call to keep track of everything.
This is good stuff. Some people are thinking embedded into one of the sections of Jupe. I think that could be pretty cool as well. How do you nominate Godly for the Hall of Fame? That's also a good question. Kindly zoom in so we can see the graphics more clearly. That I will do going forward. Why is Meow looking like Elon Musk? Is a question that's come up a few times.
I don't even like him. You know, yeah, I'm sorry. I love him. I love Elon. Sorry. Let's go.
Elon, if we're listening, you're very good looking. We think you're really handsome and charismatic. Thank you.
Yeah, you're really, really handsome, and I agree with every single point of view. I agree with everything. Let's go. I love seeing
moving on. All right, folks. All right, we're off the rails. We're only 5 minutes in. Here's another win. Here's the last one of the week. We gotta do this one though. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you are watching at home, if you're like maybe listening in the background, close whatever other fucking windows you're on right now. If you have like a child talking to you on the side, just throw them out of the room. All focus should be on this. Our guy, DrPreballin, with the support of the Uplink Working Group, has put out a banger. Hopefully, we'll see if the audience agrees. We'll see if the community agrees here. Should this be the new theme song for the Planetary Call and that waiting music, you know, that we have right now before every call starts? Let us go.
Every call I be getting geeked, I'm in thrall for every speaker. Updates making features, roof raise, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it, this is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look at the Wednesday running back, there's a W in the chat. The Catdets spitting facts, got the Catholic culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show you mean it. Stay in culture, let's make some more. Catdets corner, so you call it. All the baddies, the lady, pull up, be the lady. Kill you, may also know as that. Trying with cash, back then, I was gonna add up the change like a cat. Gotta say I'm glad I was in the GP where I can OG status and I'm still up on the path. Cooking up a gas, started the expansion. Looking like a black fan, it's fun to be a cat. If you ain't one yet, you should stick around for that. When my name turned red, I felt the first passion. I just think we'll get it moving on. Making do some music and the cats like it's a groove. Truly, cats looking like a little movie. Life getting changed, that's how he said he do. We got wins here every week. I've been saying that it's heat. Every call I be getting geeked, I'm in thrall for every speaker. Updates making feats. Roof raise, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it, this is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look, it's a Wednesday running back. There's a W in the chat. The Catdets spitting facts, got the Catholic culture on the map. Ain't no PvP, preaching PvP.
Too good. Drop it in the chat. Drop the W's. Let them know how you feel. DrPreballin is right here, and I think that people seem to enjoy it. God damn. What did you think of that one, Meow? That's your first time seeing it, I think, right?
Yeah, for seeing it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Ain't no
Yeah, yeah.
PvP. I'm preaching PPP.
So
I
good.
love the
So
way
good.
that he
So good.
sings it, and I love that line in general. Pretty good stuff. We need this on Spotify. Pre-ballin', please drop the Spotify link over in the Discord. Let's get that going. Somebody's asking for some bluegrass, so if you can do some bluegrass next time, pre-ballin', maybe that's what we need. But a banger alert. I've listened to it
So good.
10
So
to
good.
20
So good.
times
So
today
good. So
alone,
good.
which is
No,
pretty sick.
what I love about it is that there's actually a lot of like very specific details, right? You know
That's
how
right.
like in rap songs there's like specific details that they name drop and stuff. Wow, so good, so good, so good, so good.
The Soju Lady
good.
Killer stuff, too good. I gotta say. And
Too good,
little
too good, too good, too
little
good.
special shout out, also animated by DrPreballin. He made the video
No
as well as
way!
taking the song.
No
Yeah,
way! You're kidding me!
a man of too many talents, I would say. Too many talents. Somebody get this guy a micro grant. Somebody get this guy. We need a whole Jupiter album at this point.
Somebody get this guy a micro grant. Some people get this guy a micro grant. Some people get a micro grant. Yeah, I mean, if
I'm
there's
doing my
one,
part.
if
We give him grants to make this stuff already, but the guy needs more resources and needs to be all in.
oh
Somebody's
my
asking, it's
God,
going to be on
it's so
YouTube in
good.
exactly
It's so
5 minutes. I
good.
think that OG and the gang are uploading it right now, so you can listen to that again and again right after this call. It's
So good, so good, so good. We should actually definitely give that a lot of attention over the weekend.
By the way,
That's the
we also do
whole
have a Spotify channel. There is a Spotify channel that has the planetary calls going to it, as well as Jupe and Juice and a few other things. You can go check that out as well. Okay,
so good.
that
so
is
good, so good. And
that is it for that one.
Actually, for the micro grant and stuff, it can actually be. I mean, I love the idea, right? It's like you get micro grant and also like just get. I feel like we can learn from rap, right? I'm a big fan of learning from rap. Like in how rap does it in terms of like being able to tell a really good story through 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 a rhythm, right? I feel like that's actually severely underused, and I think it's gonna be very very important for Jupiter as we grow, right? Because I feel like as the number of products and culture, because culture is very hard to communicate, right? You can communicate culture partly through things like writing, but often music is a much better way to communicate culture, right? And obviously rap music nailed that. So I think it'll be interesting to kind of see how we can actually do some of that as well. Yeah.
Love to see it. I think we're in a pretty great spot here. So much talent in the community right now. Just got to find ways to enable them even further. All right,
that is actually the point. That is the point of work groups. That is the point of work groups. Yeah. No, but it's not the point. But that's not the point of getting paid, right? The point is actually around. Look, guys. Okay, I want to say one thing, right? That's actually really important. And we should write this down. But one thing is actually really important here to talk about, right? Is that people focus on the workers about the money. No. It's just one part of it, right? No. So workers have 3 key characteristics. Okay. The first key characteristic is yes, they get paid, right? Make sense? But honestly, the main thing is the second is they get legitimacy, they get recognition, right? Now they get the community, they get critical parts of the community, either the work groups or better yet the whole DAO, saying that okay, we allow you to do this, we allow you to represent Jupiter in some way, right? And that's so important because like if we don't give them that legitimacy, that stage, right, they can't do their work, they can't show their talent, right? And third one is support. It's support, right? Means that after you do work, as part of doing the work, we help you. I'm saying we help you kind of showcase your. Today was a tweet. The tweet said, "Hey, I can't trade. I'm not very good at networking. I can't. I can't code. Right? What can I do with Web3? Right? Crypto. Right? And I was like, wow, that's almost exactly what the work groups will have to do. Right? Work groups want to help you kind of get if you are enthusiastic and you want to do something for the community, right? Or for crypto or for the ecosystem, you can do it here. Right? We give you the support, the knowledge, the know-how to do it. And I think that's actually so important for me anyway, right? So it's not just about money. It's about money, legitimacy, and support, right? So those 3 things are critical, in making the work work, right? We're still figuring it out, but that's the whole point, yeah.
Yeah. I could say it's very true from the uplink perspective as well. The financial resources are obviously welcome. Couldn't work without them, including with people like DrPreballin. But it's the legitimacy of having you and the DAO daddies and everybody else coming to these calls every week, and it's a support from the team and from the rest of the community that makes it all happen, folks. It's a good life. The working groups model, it's good stuff. I encourage it.
We're pioneering it, guys. Like I don't think people here know how pioneering this is. We are really trying to create a new way of like talent sourcing. and recruitment and compensation and everything. Yeah, so it'll be really amazing if over the next 2 years we make it work. And it'll be, my dream is like if every single decentralized protocol that's big enough have this model, right? I think they should. Yeah. I seriously think that this is the way. I seriously think that working groups are the way for the future. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anyone else's parade, but there's at least 2 500 mil plus protocols on Solana I've been talking to recently that are planning to do it. So it's starting to happen.
Yeah, I've been seeing it all around. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It's happening. All right. With that said, let's talk a little bit about some Jupiter product updates here. We have, of course, Meow. We'll kick this off here. Confirmed as the guy who hates Young's profile picture for reasons that are unclear to me. A confirmed cat. Also confirmed 100% feline. Was that you doing the live edit there?
Yeah, of course. No, it's not me. Let's go.
Was it you? You liar. Anyway, Meow, what can you tell the people about the Jupiverse update here?
Cash, you moonlight as the actor for Lucifer. That's pretty cool.
It's not the first time I've heard that. Not my favorite record comparison, but I appreciate it.
Okay, let's go. All right, so thanks everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. So today I think the main thing for me is that I want to just do a very quick cover, right, of the Jupiter update. Right, as you know, there are 3 key things for Jupiter, as Cash mentioned. There's a platform, there's a token, and a community, right? So I think for a platform, okay. So I think so first, a platform. I think we obviously have a very elaborate platform. All right, like that's like way bigger in scope than most other projects. And the reason we do that is because we really care about being like, we really want to actually learn, right? We really want to actually do a lot of learning and figure out things together as a community. So I think so right now I think we have about 5 main products, right? We have Spot, we have Eyves, we have mobile, we have POAPs, we have LFG, right? On the developer side, we have the most comprehensive API, sales APIs, liquidity APIs, and anywhere in crypto, right? Yeah. Anywhere in crypto. We're the most powerful side anywhere in crypto. Now, obviously, we're also working on GAM. What's that? I
said it's both
powerful. Yeah, definitely. Most powerful, most integrated. So I think what is going to happen across. So what we have been doing is that I don't talk about it enough, but over the last few months, we've been streamlining everything, right? We've been doing 2 things, right? We've been doing retrospectives. We've been doing, we've been going to community and going, hey, this is the Spot product, right? How does it work well? Does it not work well? How do we improve it? What is the main thing here? And we're doing that across everything. Obviously, Eyves is a lot newer, right? But we're doing it. Mobile, we've been working on ads to kind of get it ready. And by the way, guys, mobile will be ready soon. Okay, it's finally getting soon. Okay, Ken. All right, and the key focus at the start will be the swap function. Right? And so we're going to focus a lot on the swap function, right? Like creating like the best ever decentralized swap UX in the world, right? Right. So that's actually our key focus for the swaps, for the mobile. And then for the POAPs and stuff, I think, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's like if there's anything that is like a trial of fire, it's POAPs, right? I think we have done a ton of POAPs, and POAPs is incredibly important for Jupiter, right? Because partly because it is one of the top DEXs, POAP DEXs in the world right now, right? And also, but the other thing is that we have been working really hard on the stability front, so that even when the network get congested, we're able to deliver it extremely well. We have been working a lot in terms of the fee structure, right? Such that it is extremely competitive to traders, but also get a good return to J.U.P holders, right? Because it's not just the fees, by the way. It's also kind of like how you get enough people to use it, such that it actually balances out the risk, of holding those assets. So that J.U.P has a very nice sharp ratio, right? And then I'll talk more about that in the future. And LFG, obviously, we did a big retrospect. So if you haven't actually read the tweet yet, go read it. It's on Jupiter Twitter. Where we kind of go into a lot of detail about So yes, we're actually working really hard on this, right? So okay, guys, so for perpetuals, in the past we couldn't do it, right? For 2 main reasons. Okay, the first main reason is that our utilization used to always be really high, right? Like 80-90%. So we actually need to kind of grow the J.U.P liquidity first to a point that there's gap, right? There's enough gap to actually execute the limit order, right? Otherwise people will place the limit order and they can't execute it because there's not enough liquidity. Yeah. So but now we have done I think we've done a pretty good job in growing the J.U.P liquidity. such that there's actually sufficient liquidity, for to actually execute limit orders. So we are doing that. Yeah, cool. And then the other thing, wow, I'm telling you, I'm so excited as well. I wasn't that excited until everyone told me how excited they were about it. So now I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And anyway, so I think that's what will happen. Oh, and I think that's actually and I think that's actually really important for limit orders is the idea of like timing, right? So I think we also done a ton in terms of improving kind of like the data, right? Data side of things. Yeah, so I think and then we have some major upgrades coming. We have some major upgrades coming again on POAPs very soon as well, right? Obviously GUM is actually the giant unicorn market is something that we think a lot about, but it's kind of like one of those longer term things. But I hope to have but we're definitely working on it. So yeah, so I think in summary, right, for the platform, I know that over the last few months it has been a bit messy because there's so much stuff going out, but I think but I think everything makes sense, in about 2 weeks, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I think we have a really elaborate plan for Solana Breakpoint coming up. I'm not speaking. Sean will be speaking. I'm done. This year I'm done. Right. I'm taking a break this year. This year I'm doing this year I'm going to do some light panels somewhere and also do a stand up somewhere as well.
That's the real alpha, folks. Stand up with Rooter, Meow, my tech CEO, and some few others.
Yeah. Anyway, and yeah. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah. But I think we are gonna have a big we're also gonna have a big venue near the breakpoint. Right, I know that people can come and play games and everything, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be fun, yeah. Yeah, so someone's gonna do a keynote. We're gonna have a big venue. I'm gonna do a stand up.
Soju's going to give pickup artist lessons. He was telling me he'll teach you.
Yeah. So
magic, pick up girls and bars.
Right, things like that. Yeah, and we're also doing something with Luke Belma, Capital Club. Where he's doing a DJ conference that we are actually like sponsoring as well, supporting too. Yeah, so I think there's gonna be a ton of stuff going on. I'm going to be there. If you're in Singapore, come say hi. And Singapore, we'd love to see you. We'd love to see every single cadet. Yeah, we'd love to see everyone. That'd be great. Cool. Yeah, I think okay. And then the second thing. Okay, cool. Let's go. Okay, next the Jup. But yeah, in summary for Jupiter platform. In summary, we have been working, I know we have been doing a lot of experiments and iterations and features and everything, right, over the last few months. But I think things are finally getting consolidated. Okay, Ken? All right, I think we are finally getting consolidated. Okay, and I think and my personal milestone will be Breakpoint. Right now, by Breakpoint, we're gonna have everything by Breakpoint. I think we're gonna have everything out there, in a very nice format. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Sounds good. Makes sense. Casual thing. Any thoughts? Main
thought I think is that it's been cool to watch it get better over the last few months through this planetary call and elsewhere. And I'm personally very excited for mobile. I think it's a kind of a key part of this kind of great migration strategy of how do we help extend this to even more people. Mobile is where the world is. So that's the one for me personally that I'm most excited about.
Yeah, the thing with mobile is that you got to get easy, right? I think it's going to be a long time to get there. But I think that the main thing is actually to just start. I think with mobile we can do a lot more stuff, right? We can do notifications. We can do all kinds of UX improvements. That'll be very, very hard to do elsewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. For example, on mobile you can do all kinds of stuff that is more like a bot, right? You can do a lot of stuff to the user that you can't do on the web. So you can actually have the entire thing. Yes, we are thinking about it. So one of the big things we're trying to do for the mobile is not just to make it a mobile app, right? It's also to kind of have the community integration as part of it. For some things like voting, notifications, everything. But it won't be on for day one, right? Day one it'll be very simple. Okay. Day one we're just gonna get it out there. Okay. Get it out there and we iterate on feedback. That's the point. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I think what we'll do is that we'll do another. Yeah, I'll probably do another space about the Jupiter update. In maybe tomorrow or something. Okay, sounds good. All right. But Cash, I think
this time.
Yep. Sorry. What's that?
Not during the ecosystem call this time. That's my only ask. Could do it any other time.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's go. Anyway, there are things about, and I think the Jup token. Okay, let's go Jup token. So all right. So this two. So I think the two things that people are asking me nonstop, right? Number one, what happens to the unclaimed Jup from the Jupilery, right? You know, and secondly, when's the ASR extension vote, right? Cool. All right, I'm happy to answer both of them today. Yeah. Right. So we are going to fund. So I think I'm proposing that we fund the ASR from the unclaimed Jup. That means the unclaimed Jup will go into funding ASR for four more seasons. You know. So I think that's like the perfect way to use the basically the unclaimed Jup will go to the voters, right? You know, over time. Yeah. So that's how we're going to
unclaimed
use
Jup is there, right? To give people a sense of scale here?
About 230 million. Yeah.
It's a lot of Jup. That's a lot of Jup indeed.
Yep. No. But it's. I mean, but come on, man. Come on, guys. Yes. Yes. So come on, guys. I mean, think of it, right? It's like, okay. Let me share some thoughts here, right, about tokens, right? For tokens, right, the most important thing to do, right, is about number one, token integrity, right? That's why we do the transparency audit, right? Because token integrity is very important, right? It's like for example, I can tell everyone on the call right now that I have not sold a single Jup for myself. None. Zero. Right? You know, right? People don't believe me, by the way. They go, nah, fuck you. There's no way you guys create a multi-view protocol and not taken anything out. I'm like, telling you, there's none. Go look at the audit. It's all there, right? We just the audit. It's all there, right? I'm saying if you want, I mean, if you really push me, I show everything, but not there, right? I'm saying, you know, right? It's just not there, you know, right? So I feel like so I didn't take any, right? So I think token integrity is and whatever team tokens we sold, whatever is earmarked for selling, is there. It's all recorded right there. And we declared that way earlier, right? So and also obviously, so number one is token integrity, right? You know, right? And secondly, let me add more stuff here. Yeah. So anyway, so I think the yeah. So no, okay. Precisely. The audio was real trench work, you know, right? Yeah, seriously, it's like, and okay. So the second important thing, right, about the second important thing about about token is the manifestation, right? You know, the manifestation. What what do I mean? What do I mean manifestation? Right? It means that, okay, cool. All right. Now we created this thing, this symbol or value, right? Cool. Now we are all owners of it, right? We are all owners of it, right? You know, right? And I can tell one thing, right? It's like people, we are all owners of it, and so how do you work together to kind of manifest it, you know, into maintaining the value, into growing the value, into letting the right people have the right Jup. So I think that is actually the whole point of Jupilery, of ASR, everything, right? Is that how, and also what the vote matters, right? You know, because instead of actually like one like me or a few other people deciding kind of how to grow or manifest it, let's do it together. Let's do it together, right? You know what I'm saying? Let us all be part of the process, you know, of growing and of manifesting the value together. You know, yes, precisely, yes. So I like to use the word manifestation. It sounds a bit new agey and spirit, but I think it's true. I think it's true. Like it's true. I think that value has to be manifested, right? And the value, and the last list is, right, value is not manifested by one or two people. It's not, right? Value is manifested, you know, by the community and the people, you know, right? So anyway, those are the three kind of like founding key principles, right? That I try to kind of, you know, work with for Jup, right? Number one is token integrity, right? You know, like number one, like and token integrity, and number two is like a manifestation, you know, right? And number three is like the idea of that certainty, you know, that certainty, like they know that they know that the team is executing the way, you know, that you know, that is aligned, you know, that's alignment, right? So I think I made the point to not sell anything, and also to not sell anything even after my token invested, right, till 2.6. Not because I don't like money, right? I like money a lot, you know. I like to eat, you know, things like that. No, seriously, guys, I actually like money, but but the most important, but the reason why I'm doing this thing is just simple. Number one, obviously, I believe in Jup. Right, I believe it. Right, make sense? I really believe it. Right, you know, I really believe that I really believe that you know, I really believe that, you know, we as a community can manifest that value. Make sense? You know. But the other thing is that I also want to make sure that I am personally extremely aligned, you know, with everyone else. You know, right? That means that and that's where the whole that's where the whole CF comes in, right? Community first comes in, right? You know, so basically, there's no way that me or anyone can promise anything, right? You know, about how the token will do, right? But one thing I promise is this, right? It's like, you know what, like you eat first, you know what I'm saying, right? It's like you eat first. That makes sense, right? It's like we're in together. You know, yeah, it's not like so that's actually the main thing of us of doing that. Again, we can't it's quite apparent to everyone now that the market determines a lot of things, you know, and I don't control market. I wish I do, but I don't. Right. So I think but what I can control is alignment. Okay, right? Alignment. Right. So I want to make sure that me as an individual and the team is fully aligned, you know, with the community. Yeah, makes sense. I mean that, and that's all part of the CAT thing, right? You know. So okay, one last thing is that people often ask me like what PPP like people are always asking what PPP is in practice, right? You know what, I think this is what PPP is in practice, right? Is that it's not about promising the price to go up, right? It doesn't work that way, man. But
if only it did. Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way because because anything that is certain will be abused to the point that it won't be, right? You know, that's how things work. But what we can do is that we can actually make sure that okay, like you know, that I am personally aligned, you know, right? That the all the stakeholders are helping each other and supporting each other, you know, right? And also like you know, and also like and another example, it's kind of whole PPP talks, right? It's like in these very rocky times, right? Like in the choppy times, you know, we've been going sideways for a long time now, in Singapore, right? For like a while now. And I think it's very, very frustrating for people. But I think what's actually really important, right, is to I believe, right? At this, the rockier things get, the more PPP needs to be, right? Because as the saying goes, right, you know, when the going gets tough, you know, the weak goes PPP, right? You know, the tough goes PPP, you know. So I feel like that's actually really important because I think it's actually very important that at this point in time, right, you know, we become more PPP. You know, that means that we focus on building great products that we love to use and other people love to use. Right, you know, we build an even stronger community that helps each other, you know, right? And I think it's great that, like, you know, Famous Cloud is like mentoring the community and making video edits. You know, I'm really great to see all these microgrants coming online. I'm really good to see that DrPreballin doing content, right? You know, I'm really great to see that the Catdets are kind of like organizing themselves and going like, hey, we want to have some guidelines for the COC thing, right? So I think all these are fantastic, right? And I think and like it's actually fucking amazing, you know. Yeah, I think yeah, and I think that and lastly, ecosystem. Let us help the ecosystem, right? Let us not tear people down, right? I feel like one thing that's been said now is that when the price goes down, dude, you see people tear each other apart, right? You know, Algorand caused like Algorand tweeted Algorand started putting out videos about how Solana it sucks, right? I'm like, dude, seriously, what the fuck, right? You know, right? And then a lot of the maxis started killing each other, right? I mean, all that is because the price goes down, right? So they're looking for something to kill, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, can go next slide.
Yep.
So I think in summary and stuff, right, I feel like the thing that I think is actually really yeah, precisely, right? You know, like the algo PvP advertisement, things like that. You know, so I feel like okay. Anyway, I'll summarize by saying this, right? I know that hey guys, trust me, man. It's like, you know, it's hard for me too, you know, right? But I think what we do at this point, as whether as a community member, as a trader, or as an investor, or as a builder, right? I think we need to actually just focus on being a PPP community, you know, right? Meaning that, for example, we try to help each other, right, in the community, right? I mean, that good or cool, all right. What can we do for each other? You know, what can we do for each other? You know, can we, for example, for me, what I try to do is I try to give you more certainty, right? You know, I mean, I know that's something that people are really worried about, you know, right? Make sense? Cash, does it make sense?
Yeah.
No, seriously, I feel like because I know the community is worried about like emissions and everything, right? So I try to say, okay, this is how we're doing it, right? You know, and also what about certainty, what about transparency? So I do the audit, Make sense? Right? So I do all these things to try and make sure that, like the main things that communities are worried about is taken care of. Make sense? Yeah, so actually that's actually what we do. And then the other thing that the other thing that we do is that even among the community, right, like famous clouds and mentoring other people, that's amazing, right? And I'm telling you, as a result of him doing that, we are seeing a lot more people pushing content, like Mulu, right? Mulu is great as well, right? And Mulu is here. Hi Mulu, hello Mulu, hello. Thanks for all your content recently. I love you. Right, keep it up, okay? Yeah, and yeah. So so I think we will actually have a lot more content coming up. So we all upgrade each other, right? And also also the product, right? Like how do we kind of build product that makes the community proud of us? Yes, I'm part of Jupiter and stuff, and we build a great product. Again, we can't control a metric, right? We can't control on-chain metrics, right? There's no point, right? There's no point. But what we can control is the quality of the work we ship. Yep. So I consider all that to be like really PPP stuff, if you ask me, right? In contrast, a PvP community, what they do, they tear the people down. They blame other stakeholders, they blame the VCs, they blame the other members, they blame everything. They lie about the intentions, right? And then they attack the other communities. Then they draw people in, just to hope they can be exited too, right? Things like that. So yeah, in summary, I think that and to give an example, right? I think cash, remember Solana at $8, so when it's not $8, so at $8 was the most PPP community ever, right? Because there was nothing to attack, right? The
PPP people died out. There was nothing. There was nobody left.
Yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, guys, I can tell you, so at $8, right? All the PvP guys died out. All of them just died. Just went away, right? And furthermore, and also there's nothing to be. There's nothing to be against. I mean, when you're $8 and never hits you and stuff, right? There's nothing to be, right? You have to focus on the attack, focus on each other. And then, dude, I'm telling you, at that point, it was amazing. Like everyone was helping each other, pumping each other, supporting each other. Competing protocols were like talking about each other. It was amazing. That was actually like PvP to the max, right? Yeah, so I love to see that. And also obviously in Jup right now, and obviously in Jupiter right now, we're trying to kind of really number one, address a lot of the concerns and fears and uncertainty, right? So people feel safe enough, right, in this space, right? So they can actually start, being PPP. Where if you don't feel safe, you can't do PPP. You know what I'm saying? That's actually very important. So we want to make sure everything is safe. You know what I'm saying? Like people know they're not getting dumped on. Right? So then they can start the PPP. And secondly, you build in like processes and incentives, for people to start helping each other, right? And thirdly is that you start like highlighting the really good work that great people are doing, so they can learn from each other. So I think that's how we are doing it, and time will tell whether we succeed in the PPP thing or not. You know what I'm saying? No?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But that's how we are doing it. Yeah. Yeah, and
I think at some point, we got
to
to sit down and write the PPPP, which is the PPP playbook. It has all like the tactics and stuff that goes on here. The quadruple P. I think that's honestly
something
be a great service for the ecosystem.
Yeah, but the main reason is I actually don't believe in like being like I feel like I think what I need to do is to practice it first. I'm saying then I can talk about it. I'm saying right. Yeah, I think the idea makes sense. I think now I need to practice it, right? Because as you know, I'm more of a practitioner. Right? Yeah.
That's a fact.
Cool. Yeah, that's it. And you're done. So I think you're done. I think that's my very long like PPP like message. Right? And yeah, but I think we can actually yeah, I think so. I think I don't know how long this rocket market will last, but again, I implore everybody, right? Stop hoping for the bull. Stop. We might or might not see the bull. I'm sure bull will come at some point, right? But I don't know how long they'll take, right? I don't know when it'll happen. But instead, we focus on ourselves and our communities and our own skills. Yeah, so I think that's how we do it. Yeah.
There it is. I think an important piece of mental program for everybody, and especially in these rocky times when it's easy to kind of lose the faith or lose sight of what we're trying to do here. So I think this is
believe in something. Doesn't need to be Jupiter. Doesn't need to be anything. Can just find something you believe in and start and contribute to it. Right? Because that's it. Really, that's it. Like find something you really believe in, you feel good in, and contribute to it. Yeah. That again doesn't need to be Jup. right? Right, yeah, for me, it's Jup.
Drop a
You know,
little
but
PPP in the chat if you're still with us and if you are, focused on the right things over here. We live in wonderful times. There we go. There's some the PVs coming through. All right, let's go from here and continue to talk about some Jupiter product and platform stuff. And here I want to bring on Bryan, the ape man himself. Bryan, how's it going?
Hi, it's going good. How are you guys today?
fantastic.
You
Yeah.
know, brother, another
Can you hear me?
planetary call day, always a good day. So I'm doing just fine. I'm trying to like quickly say all these PvPs in the chat. Okay, enough PvPs in the chat. We see you. All right, Bryan, what can you tell us about the price API that's now in beta?
Okay, so let's just dive right into Price V2, right? So what is Price V2? So Price V2 aims to deliver a more comprehensive and refined price data, which tries to tailor the tries to tailor the needs of our diverse users and tackle pricing inaccuracies. So just a small comparison between V1 and V2. The price served in V1 is currently the buy price of tokens. So this could be unreliable at times as single-sided buy liquidity could heavily skew the price and cause large blips in the price. So what V2 aims to achieve is some form of smoothing measure for price by factoring in sell price into price calculations and also introduce a field called extra info, which includes the last traded Jupiter prices, and lastly, something called confidence level. So diving deeper into what V2 does, right? So V2 returns a derived price. So derived
Bryan,
price,
do you mind me just chopping real quick for this?
yeah, no problem.
So I know I talk a lot, but I just really quick. First of all, thanks, Bryan. Really happy to have you on to explain this thing. But guys, so pricing is actually a really hard problem. Okay, for example, if you it sounds easy because you look at it as if it's one number, but the truth is actually like it's actually many numbers, right? For example, if you're seeing a Bitcoin price, what is the price? Is it the last sold on Binance? Is it last sold for $1 on Bybit? Or is it on Uniswap? Like, where is the price being established? What do you think is the price, right? And secondly is that for long tail assets, and secondly is that now it's hard enough doing it for like say 5 tokens or 6 tokens, right? But then when you have say like 100,000 tokens, right, 200,000 tokens, this is what we're seeing now, right? How do you actually kind of be able to give good pricing for all of them, right? Like because for example, some of those tokens might not even be traded, right? For like days, right? How do you actually have a price for those? So I think and thirdly is that obviously kind of like we need to derive the price and serve it to many people, right? Because again, our Jupiter APIs are probably the most used liquidity APIs, decentralized liquidity APIs in the world. So we need to do that at scale, right? So it needs to be basically it needs to be accurate. It needs to be accurate for a large number of tokens, right? And it needs to be extremely fast because lots of people rely on it, right? So that's actually so our V1 APIs didn't do those that well, right? So our V2 is our attempt to do it like a lot better, and that's what Bryan's talking about. Yeah.
Yep. So it's like what Mel said, right? So pricing is a very tricky thing, right? Especially when it's meme coin season and there's so many different tokens coming out. Pricing can be very tricky. And so that's what V2 aims to tackle, right? So continuing what I was saying just now, V2 returns a derived price. So derived price is to simply put the average of the buy and sell price, so the mid price. So then the question comes, right? So what if the spreads are huge? So won't this mid price not be accurate in these cases? Yeah, so derived price is effective in smoothing out the price to a certain extent, but it's right in saying that it might not be the best use case for when spreads are very large. So another thing that we've added is a field called extra info. So extra info contains the last traded Jupiter buy price and the last traded Jupiter sell price, which will allow the user to see the last actual per se fail price of the token. So on to the next slide. We've also added a field called confidence level. So confidence level is a field that aims to address price issues for low liquid or volatile tokens, which is honestly it's a very tricky thing to serve. So the team was thinking how we can best serve a confidence level to tell the user the likelihood that price is accurate or reliable given the current market conditions. So that ultimately the goal here, right, was to provide users with a clear indicator of the trustworthiness of a price, especially for low liquid or volatile tokens. So just some insight to how we derived this high, medium, or low confidence, right? Is this thing is powered by data-driven insights. So we benchmark all tradable tokens on Jupiter's platform and recorded their spreads over a few days. So we noticed that liquid tokens usually lie in the 0 to 2% spread range, and lower liquid tokens or less traded tokens fall within the 2 to 5% spread range. And lastly, low liquid tokens fell into more than 5% spread range. So that's how we serve the low, medium, and high confidence. So we understand that this might not be the most accurate way to derive confidence level, but the team is still looking at methods or ways to make this even more reliable in the next few iterations for the users. So I think to sum up what V2 does is V2 aims to serve users enriched data and ultimately give users as much data as possible for their different use cases, and also allow them to make decisions based on the prices they're seeing with the new fields, extra info, and the buy, sell prices. So users have more transparency, right? So they can make decisions. So if they see like, oh, we are getting low confidence, then they can go in and see the extra info and see the last traded price and see like, oh, actually the last traded price is last traded price is quite far off. Maybe I should use last traded price as a benchmark instead, because that's the actual field price. So in this slide, you can see the two different JSON responses. So the left side is how V2 will look like, and the right side is how the current V1 looks like. Yeah, so you can see V2 has a lot of enriched data, and we just want to feed the users as raw data as possible for them to for us to be transparent about how we are delivering our pricing. Yeah. So, but if users don't really care and you like just want to use V1, you can just set the parameter show extra info equals to false. Then it will just not show you all this and just show you the derived price, just like V1. Yeah. So that's price V2. So if you want to find out more, I think it will be available in the docs very soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a good point as well. Like Ben was saying and stuff. It's like, what the other thing that actually make pricing really really hard is like data liquidity, right? You know, for example, imagine you have a order on chain, right? To buy a token to buy one token for $1 for $100, right? I'm saying, so what does it mean? It means that so it's a price but nothing else. So the whole order book is blank after that. You only have one order to buy one token at $100, but there's no more order book, right? So quite literally, the buy price, the sell price for a token is $100, right? For $1 worth of token. That's it for one token. That's it. But beyond that, zero, right? So what's the price of the token? Is it 100 or is it 0? Right? Does it make sense? It's actually a really hard problem, right, to solve for. Yeah. So I think so those are things that I think we want to improve. And I think I'll go with simple, right? At Jupiter, whatever we do, we want to be the best, right? So what we are trying to create like the world's like most the best decentralized like, pricing API. Yeah. So yeah, but I think it will take us some time to get there. Yeah. But
yeah, I'll say over here on the API side, to answer Cryptic here, I don't believe that this will be shown to end users. This is in the API so that other developers or builders might be able to, make sure that they're kind of quoting the right price or the best version of the price. So I don't think you need to be worried about seeing
Bryan,
yourself,
one thing you should really also talk about is the liquidity depth. Right? Like if Bryan, we have to consider liquidity depth. That's a feature. That's a thing I really wanted for a long time. For example, like Sol and USDC have a very large liquidity depth. And then whereas a shitcoin has much lower liquidity depth. You know what I'm saying? We should actually consider that as well. Yeah. And that can be a relatively that can be a cash cow feature that we do we update every day or something. Yeah. But I think that's pretty important. Yeah.
Makes sense. Something we'll look into right after this call.
Yeah, that means that at the spot price for $1, right? Compare sell price for $1 and sell price for like say $100,000, right? I'm saying like for a token like Jup or so and stuff, then they'll be very low. Then you won't move that much, right? But then for for new coin, you actually move a lot, right? Yeah. So I think that actually be really good to have. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Folks,
cool. All right. Thanks, Bryan. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks
Bye.
for coming on, Bryan. these are the APIs that power basically most things on Solana DeFi, quite frankly. So this is hopefully going to make everybody's life a little bit easier as well. All right. Well, with that said, let's jump into the next section here, which is, of course, the J, the U, the P, the Jupiter United Planet.
Hey,
we have here.
Ben is saying thanks for all the great comments. Yeah, it's so great. So yeah, thanks for comment. And then another thing is I think so our POAPs use a different oracle, right? No, we don't use decentralized oracle. We are unfortunately we're not quite there yet. Yeah, but yeah. So I think right now we are only confident enough to use the pricing for reference purposes. You know, like for example, you put your phone, watch how to show you and things like that. You know, yeah, lots of people actually already using our system for that. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. With that said, let's go over to the J.U.P, the Jupiter United Planet. And we're going to bring up here, you know him, you love him. There you go, it is. Let's bring up Slorg and Kemo. How's it going, lads?
JM. How you doing?
Living large and in charge as usual. No compliments for Slorg today because I am tired and it's been a long week and it's only Wednesday.
Wow.
So,
you're losing your professional edge, Cash.
Wait.
Yeah,
listen,
you're
he's your
tired,
favorite
Cash.
Slug's favorite slug. That is
tired.
Slorg. That's who we have with us.
You're tired. You're tired. Really, Cash, tired a week.
I did make a
going on in my life right now. In any case,
make a Slorg Bossa Nova. I found some AI stuff. I'll send it in the chat.
Ooh,
but you can go on.
That we could definitely benefit from. But Slorg, talk to us. Talk to the community here about votes. Cash's weak. You're saying it from the main Jupe handle. It makes it look like Twitter protocol is saying that I'm weak. This is why working in public is so hard, folks. You're a little bit tired, and then you get called weak in front of an audience of thousands of folks. Anyway, Slorg, talk to the people about the votes.
Gotcha. So yeah, the first piece of news that we have is that there's going to be a trial vote, the first one in 4 months on Monday. It will be for the Jupe and Juice working group or prospective working group who's going to talk after us. In case you haven't seen them before, they run a podcast and they also run a service called the Juicecast, which transmits all the Jupiter DAO internal Discord events onto Twitter and basically like 5 to 10 times the audience and viewership. Kemo, do you have anything else to say about Jupe and Juice or the trial votes? I would say it's currently pinned to the top of the DAO Twitter. It's also in several announcement channels if you want to go take a look, and I would implore you to do so.
No, I think I just sort of bookend the whole thing with that Wake and Sachs and Irish have sort of been the ideal candidates for a trial work group, and they have pivoted and been resilient and tried things that they got shot down on and then found other things and sort of moved through it with grace. And, they came with its fair share of frustration for them, but they ended up finding their rhythm, which I think is super, super cool. And if anybody is interested in working in the DAO, chat to them first because they have figured it out pretty well.
And all of this was actually covered in the case study we did. We did a very intensive retrospective / case study on their process, where they gave a very high, in-depth overview of their story, their progress through the DAO, how they had to pivot a couple times, how they had to give up an idea they were very attached to become what they are today. And they give some very poignant advice on just like working in Web3 in general. I'll read a couple of those, but I'm sure they're going to go more in depth over them. Some of these include the importance of persistence, autonomy, capturing community support, and the trials and tribulations of public work, which is definitely not meant for everyone, I would say. So I would go and read that case study. It's also pinned in the main tweets, in the main thread on the Jupiter DAO Twitter, and it's also been plastered a few times in the Discord. So please go read that. We worked pretty hard on it. They worked pretty hard on it, and it's definitely worth reading for sure.
It should be a thread, actually. It should actually be a thread. It should actually be a thread. If you can put a thread, like, those Twitter threads, how to do this, then you have a thread. That could be work really well, Yeah. Yeah. I would retweet shit out that, Yeah. And comment on it. No, seriously, I think if someone can make it a thread, that'd be great. Yeah. I think that you'll get way, way, way more exposure that way. Yeah.
I can thread it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kimbo,
guys,
could you do it?
first
Kimbo, could you do it?
because of their
Kimbo, could you do it? That'd be great.
Yeah,
That'd be great. Yeah,
totally.
you know,
That's how they
those
came
like those Twitter threads that go like how to do something colon, and you make the how to do very sexy. You know, then how to do it, then people just read it. That's how to do it.
How do we do it? Yeah, totally.
Bro, these guys were
Let's go,
born in
let's go.
the trenches. I gotta tell you, that's how
No, we
I,
were at our $8 Solana. Like Slug and I were just threading. That's what we did. We were like, yeah, let's just do threads.
Yeah, the
at
thread
$8
because
Solana. That's gonna work.
I think, guys, quick story. Like the reason why I got to know Slorg and Kimo and stuff is that I just know that traders. You know, saying I was just like really impressed with how much work they did and stuff in terms of the whole in terms of communications. You know, working in the public. You know, so it's just really important. Yeah.
I think we were doing there were some weeks where we did 40 hours a week of just being on the call and writing threads for probably, what was it, 4 or 5 months straight, Slorg? I mean, some of those were 10-hour weeks, but yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of fun.
Good stuff. Well, let's talk to the subjects of this soon-to-be written thread. We're going to bring up now our friends Wake, Irish.
Oh. Wait. We actually have a couple more announcements.
Oh, sorry. Party got started too soon. I'm on the next slide already, boys. What's the other announcement? My bad.
No, we have to mention the ASR, although Meow did mention it previously in the call, but the
okay,
ASR
I'm on the call,
vote,
by the way, yeah, so I need you to handle this.
All right, I'm going to take Sax off while he finishes up that phone call. Sorry, boys, I'll bring you back on in 1 second. Go ahead, Slorg.
Gotcha. But yeah, people have been asking, they're wondering, okay, when's the ASR renewal vote going to take place? It's going to kick off next week. That doesn't mean the vote will be next week, but the lead-in, the calendar will be posted. All the events will be posted ahead of time, and we'll lead into it before Breakpoint takes place. So that vote will happen before Breakpoint, the ASR renewal vote. Just want to formally let people know that.
Important news, Slorg, and I appreciate you bringing it up for everyone to know. Anything else before I bring up the boys?
Yeah, one final little piece of accounting is that there's not going to be a CWG office hours on Monday. Instead, we're going to combine it with the vote spaces. So we tried to do a spaces every vote, and these two events will be meshed, and we will have a spaces instead with Wake and Sax.
Very cool. Speaking of Wake and Sax, you know them, you love them already. Let me bring all the boys up.
I'm
here.
so
How's it
skinny.
going,
Oh, there you go.
We gotta stretch it. We're an hour and 10 minutes into this.
All the
How you
space.
folks doing?
Hello.
Brilliant, thank you.
It is
I think
great to have
so.
you here. I think a good place to start is just to tell folks who maybe have missed it, what is Jupe and Juice, and what is this trial working group all about?
Wow. So, yeah, I'll field that one. Thank you so much for attending these planetary calls, by the way. They're so important. And I see many of you that I know and love in chat. So big W. Big W. So what is Jupe and Juice? So Jupe and Juice started as something completely different. It started with many names, many iterations, many pivots, as we lightly touched on. And by the way, that thread, before I go into it, I've written one, Meow, and the boys. So if you want to know
one already
how to
out.
work in Jupe, if you want to know how to work in JupiterDAO, go check out my pinned tweet. So what is Jupe and Juice? We're a content and content support and ambassadorship focused work group, prospective work group that we've been working on it for many months. So we do a regular podcast where we bring the DAO to the world, right? So the DAO initially was limited to the Discord. The Discord is small. I think we checked out the numbers and it was like 700 active users per week. And that's one message, right? So we're taking it elsewhere. And that includes content support, like I said. So we have the podcast, 1, and content support, 2, which is where we take events and broadcast them to other platforms. It's so exciting because that was such an immediate success. Like we've achieved much greater numbers in many key events. So we're happy with that. And we're going to keep scaling that out and see where we can take it. I think Sax is in an airport right now.
Hello, guys. Unfortunately, this is the situation that I'm in. So it is what it is. The show must go on. Yeah, this was like the only feasible way to do it, right? Get the gaming headset on. It's freaking like 50 degrees, no aircon in here. I've got the headset on. I look like a madman, but I'm here. I'm present. That's the main thing, right? So let's do it. I'm gonna shut my camera though. I'll shut my camera.
Kemo's got a nice look here as well, kind of mimicking the look.
Oh, double juice.
So
like
wait, I think one. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk a lot more and stuff. But what do you think has been the most obvious? Because as you know, working groups are all about working in public, right? And one thing to work in public is that it's actually really important that the community kind of understands the impact that you have, right? You know what I'm saying? I honestly, it's really important. I feel like one of the things that I think I have grown to understand and appreciate is that this showing the work is not a performance. It's not just a performance. Right? I think we in popular culture we tend to go, oh, people do the work and then people show off, right? And we tend to have that distinction, right? But one thing that I have realized is that if you're working in public, right, like showing the work is as important as doing the work, right? And if you don't show the work, you might as well not have done the work, right? And it's not like if a tree fell in the middle of the ocean, but it didn't really fall. I learned that lesson really, really hard in some of my past projects. Where we worked really hard, but no one knew, right? And I think a lot of people complain about that, right? We do all the work, but no one cares. And honestly, it's your job to make them care, right? So I think that's actually a really important thing that I think we don't always kind of understand, right? Yeah. So yeah, just talk us through that. Just talk us through that a bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like how? What do you think is like go on.
Working in public is a multifaceted job. So it's not just doing the work and streaming it on Discord with other people that join the channel. It's about talking about it and talking among your peers about it, getting feedback about it. So I'll give you an example of why it's so important. So our scope was initially to support voters in making informed votes, right? And that included UI changes. It included such huge scope. But like we hit obstacles along the way that made us, refine our scope. And the way that we hit those obstacles, which sound bad, but obstacles are really good because public work transforms them from obstacles to opportunities to pivot into a scope and a niche.
Yeah, I feel like that's so important. I feel like when the community, either the public or anyone, can see you iterating in public, right? I feel like that's actually tremendous, right? I mean, LFG, right? LFG is probably the most public launchpad like ever, right? Like everything was done in a super public way, right? And obviously, when it did do well, then people can see everything, right? But I think when they can and sending a product as well, right? I think, but I think when the public can see you iterating, that's actually a really big thing. I think,
Yeah. It's been absolutely core to what we've done. I think that if we weren't so like, to give you guys some context at home, me and Sax have been in Discord every day for the last 5 months working. Everyone can see us and everyone can see what we're doing. I think Kemo yesterday said the only reason why I know about you guys is because I saw it, right? And that's a lesson that goes a long way in working for a DAO. I heard someone ask a question the other day in a work group hours, and it was like, how do I get my proposal out there? A proposal is only as visible as the proposer, right? So if you're not,
oh my god, that's deep. That's deep. Oh, that's a banger. 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 That's a banger, bro. That's a banger. Holy shit, that's a banger. Say it again. That's a banger. Say it again.
A proposal is only as visible as the proposer. And that's really true because even though you may be building something in the back end, for example, a database, the person building it needs to be visible. Like even if the customer facing aspect of your proposal isn't big, the presence of the proposal is. It has to be. You have to be. Even though you're working in the background, you have to be present.
I feel like that's actually something that people don't understand. I say it again, right? I feel like I think a lot of founders, a lot of people, they don't understand that. They index themselves on how much work they do, right? Not about how much other work that people see. Of course, there's a thin line, right? The thin line is whether it's that sometimes you end up rewarding people who do nothing, you know what I'm saying? But claim a lot of credit, But I feel like, I feel like if you do it, but I think if you do it the right way, it's actually really good because it inspire other people, to do the same thing. That thing is very important, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just good because it inspires others. It's good because it gives you a chance to refine your scope and your niche.
Yes, 100% to get better as well.
Through
Yeah.
feedback.
So,
it's a loop. Yeah.
So someone asked this question. Is like, so how would you? So I think my hate for fixed metrics is pretty obvious at this point. I think I tweeted and shared many times about how I think I didn't come to this crypto industry so I can do KPIs. Right? And I wouldn't wish down anyone. Right? But at the same time, I do think that results are important, right? So in your own words, right? What kind of results would make yourself happy? Saying they go, okay, like, hey, I did a good job, right? So I feel like, I think I want to turn this metric question inwards, right? Like, okay, to the person who is doing the work, right? What would make you happy? Yeah.
I've yapped a lot already, but I will
yeah.
touch on this a little bit because it's something I've been working on recently. But a current snapshot of where we are, like I think the biggest multiplication in DAO event attendance was like 60 times the people that would be in Discord, right? That's an up in the stars metric that we won't be able to get every time. But as long as we can keep growing, right? So with Jupe and Juice, me and Sax had a conversation. Sax was like, what happens if there's only 8 people that attend and it's just our friends, right? The first episode got 200 people, and our most recent was 2,750, right? We have a chart
no way, it's amazing.
to show that in the proposal. Yeah. But a slight note, Cash's episode was higher than your episode, Meow. So I don't know whether you want to deal with that between you two. Like fight,
you gotta give the people what they want, Meow, and they want this guy right here.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. This is so funny. Oh my god. Wow.
I want it to be known I did pay $100 for the bots to make sure that I was ahead of Meow. I paid $100.
Fuck you. What the fuck, bro?
It's all organic,
wow,
baby.
You're turning the competition. What the fuck?
It was a timing thing. Wow. It was a timing thing. The time that we
definitely not a timing
thing.
Like, definitely a quality thing.
But it was the highest
wow.
It was the highest Jupe and Juice episode ever.
Yeah, I was blown away.
Wow, you are wow. Fuck. All right, game on.
Now it's just gonna be Meow's gonna go on next week. I'm gonna come on the following week, and we're just gonna keep. It's just gonna become another version of this.
Pump out the 1,000 push-ups on Jupe and Juice. That'll get views.
Hey, if Meow could do 1,000 push-ups, I think that'd be great. I'd love to see that.
Hands down push-up. Let's go.
Hands down push-ups. Yeah.
Wow, this is very,
it was genuinely because you guys have been doing such good work, and the audience has continued to grow basicly every episode, right? It was just like lucky timing on my part, I think.
Hey, but I'd love to see you guys do more podcasts with like prominent community members, right? And also like I feel like what would be really great is like if every episode can have like inside outside, right? One person who is inside to Jupiter and one who is outside of Jupiter. Right, but it's has an interesting idea that you want to share about, right? It can be a meme, can be a really prominent. For example, there's actually a few like very prominent meme coin people around, like DrPreballin or like or Monad or whatever, So those would be great to bring on if you can, right? And then we can clip those up like crazy, or for example, anyone really, I feel like that would be a good dynamic, I think, yeah.
I think you're going to be very happy with some guests that were coming.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. To be fair, because we've got monkeypox in the DMs, and we've got a genuine article in the DMs. So we're working on that as well to get that kind of stuff going. I just wanted to touch on perseverance, right? I think it makes sense on the situation that I'm in now, right? I'm sitting on the floor in Marrakesh airport. My family's eating their Burger King and stuff, and I'm here on the planetary call, persevering for Jupe and Juice. Like, I've been on a holiday for the last 6 weeks. It was all planned before Jupe DAO was even a thing, right? So it's been a thing that I've worked and persevered on. Like, even though I'm on holiday, I'm with the family, these things will happen. Like, Jupe and Juice will still happen. I'm at every episode. The boys, they persevere by helping out because I can't do certain things because I am on holiday. They're picking up my slack. So it's like,
go
on, man.
No, I just think that you Cash. Remember Ken from Synthetics? He was saying, right? It's like he can't believe we do this planetary call every week, right? I just can't believe it, right? I'm telling you, it's true. I'm telling you, it's like it's a production that people will find difficult to do every month, or like people don't even do it in a year. Forget it, right? 99% will do it in a year. We do it every week, right? You know, and I feel like that's actually a really big point that is important. The perseverance part of it. Yeah.
Should we talk a little bit about the proposal here, Flats, as people are going to get ready to vote for it?
Yeah, I actually have two questions for them really quick just to espouse on the proposal. For the first of which is, this is a question I asked you guys a couple days ago to look into. I'm wondering if you have an answer now, but what does the landscape look like for podcasts in Web3 at the moment? Because you guys are the only one that I know that does it on X. I know a couple that are on iTunes, but not on X. So I'm wondering if you were able to look into that a bit.
We were. Sax fielded that. Sax, if you were able to talk, you can hit that one. If you're not, I can.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of podcasts in Web3, and they also stream live as well. Like yesterday, I was about to go to bed. It was about 4 a.m. Xverse Wallet, they was streaming their podcast. This morning, there's a guy from Pudgy Penguins. He's every single day he does a podcast. I forgot his name, unfortunately, but he's there every single day, UK time, in the mornings. And there's some big podcasts as well that have reached numbers of like 200K subscribers on YouTube, as well as podcasting on X. But I don't have the figures in front of me. I have written them all down in the proposal, so there is a detailed breakdown of all the different podcasts that are touching different niches. You know, they're not all just touching DeFi. There's DeFi related ones, there's NFT related ones, you know, like Nifty Portal, for example, and then you've got other ones that are, you know, wallet based, like Xverse, and so there is loads of podcasts. And the reason why I was doing the research is because I want us to go on those podcasts, so reach out to them and get them to you know, have us on as.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
This may have happened because he's in an airport.
I'm rugging.
Here he is.
There he is. Welcome back.
Do you want to take over, Wake? Because I'm rugging,
Sure, yeah.
I suppose.
So we put a bit of effort into the proposal on making a case for podcasts. Actually, the core working group have been instrumental in helping us refine the proposal to make sure that we're hitting the right notes. And, you know, 87% of Americans trust podcast content more than media content, media advertisements, right? I think there's another stat where it's like they're more likely to buy something after seeing a podcast ad than they are any other type of ad or something nuts. There was a couple brothers who just signed a deal for $100 million with, was it Amazon? I think it was Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah.
The podcast industry is like booming and blossoming, and I want Jupe in the middle of it, right in the middle of it, because the Planetary call is great, but you guys are so stretched thin. You can only address so many things in your 1.5 hours. We're planning to do more per week, and like Meow said, bring in people from outside and inside to talk regular. But yeah, it's booming.
I think the thing is, I think if you can find people who are articulating like really good, really strong opinions, you know, and really thoughtful opinions, I think the Monarch is a really strong advocate for meme coins. I think that's a great guy to bring on. You know, you guys know Monarch? No, not Monarch the chain. There's this guy called MO something, MO something. I can't remember the name. But I think he's really good. I think he'll be a great guy to kind of like talk.
I'll check him out.
And by the way,
yeah,
check him out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think I feel like if someone I think so. I feel like if you can do that, and if you can kind of establish a podcast that puts Jupe right in the middle of the podcasting world, that'd be amazing. Yeah, you know, and I can support that too.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes, yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream, isn't it, boys?
Yeah,
indeed it is. Indeed it is.
Yeah, and then if you need me to ping anyone, let me know. You know, I can try ping them. You know?
Oh
yeah.
sheesh.
that will help a lot. That will help a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah. Or
That's
catch on everyone. You know, catch on everyone.
Cash as well, yeah.
Anyway.
Now,
I'm
Cash
going to
has
be hearing
already
about
been
it for the
very
next
kind to
month
us.
and a half. Thanks, boys.
So let's talk a little bit about the proposal. So the proposal is up on Jupe Research. We're very excited it's up. I think the final will be posted on the weekend, right, boys? We're using this week to talk to everybody. We had a special episode yesterday. We got an episode the day before that. We had a presentation on the day before yesterday. So we're like present. If you want to know what we're doing, you can find out. Just hit our Twitters, come to Discord, chat to us. But yeah, the proposal, it's up on Jupe Research. If we could get the link put in chat now, that'd be amazing. We're looking for feedback. Be as critical as you can, but be constructive. Please don't be mean. Any thoughts on that, boys? The feedback bit? What do you want to see?
I think Zach said something.
Yeah, I'd say beaming. We don't mind people being critical. Just make it constructive. You know what I mean? Just make it constructive. So it helps us, because positive feedback really doesn't help us. It's the mean stuff, it's the hard-hitting stuff that helps us. So do give us that, help us.
I feel like the one thing that I would really want to see and stuff is that you guys on board some. If you guys want, I can top it up, right? Top it up and stuff. Find a really great clip producer. Someone who produces clips and stuff. That is probably the single most important thing you can do, right? And produce a fuck ton of it.
Do you want to tell them?
It's a main priority right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress.
Find that. That is probably the single most important thing to do right now, right? Find that, yeah. And then and I want to see that as part of the travel group, Yeah, as part of that, I think I want to see that as part of the trial process. Part of the agenda here has to be talent recruitment, right? Recruiting that talent that's going to take all the work that we do, that you guys do, and broadcast it much broader, right? And again, one of the criticisms I have, right, for the past few work groups is this. Not criticism, but I will tell you, right, this. It was this, that they said that they didn't have enough talent or resources to do something, right? I'm like, dude, this the idea work group. The idea of the work group is that you have to figure out what you need and go get it. I'm saying, right? No, right? And that's for the trial, right? You have to figure out what you need and go get it, right? And then the DAO is the other groups are here for you. The team is here for you, and start the DAO is here for you, right? So you have to be able to know what you need, look for what you need, and get what you need, and tell the whole world. We are lucky enough, guys, to be resourced. We have the resource to do things. But that resource, the whole point here is turning those resources into results. And so I think I would insist. So one of the things I really want to see as part of this trial is to actually establish that distribution channel. I honestly speaking, I don't need the numbers to be huge, right? For me as a voter, right? But I want that to be saying that, okay, cool, all right, we know what it takes to get there in this new day and age, right? This new world that is driven by clips and videos on Instagram and TikTok, whatever. But I'm saying, no, we want to be in those channels, and we here are going to do it, right? And it's a part of our trial. Part of things that we want to do in this trial, right? Is to get the legitimacy that we need to recruit someone really great to work with us to do this thing. Right? So I think that will actually be a really important part of the trial proposal. I want to see that. For me, that's honestly, Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, and it's been one of our core priorities over the last few months. Actually, we had help from Julian, who got a Discord announcement to seek an editor, and we've been trialing several at the moment. We have some shorts out, but it's on the top of our list. And
I just mean that it's something that we don't need for travel group, right? But it should be part of the main proposal, right? That to me will be I'm serious. That to me is like again one of the biggest disconnect between for the large travel groups, right, is that there was certain they did stuff, but the results were not but there wasn't it wasn't clear why they should be a full group. Does it make sense? I say again, let me say it very clearly again, all right? I don't want you to repeat again. We had some travel groups that came out. They did work. They did what supposed to do and stuff, but it wasn't clear that it was suitable for them to be a full group, right? That the DAO should resource and incentivize over years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sense? Right. So I want to be very clear about something. Okay, is that so over here we need to have a certain vision. Okay, I mean I do think that a Jupe and Juice that gets the best community members, that they get the most important events and get the most important people in the space to kind of talk about it and distribute that kind of brand around. You'll be amazing. You'll be fucking astonishing, right? You return value to the DAO in a way that's much more than what would we give, right? But that needs to be a certain process to it, right? I'm saying, and I don't want to end up in the same situation where 3 months later, look at it, go, okay, this makes sense as a trial, but we don't see this as a long-term thing. So I thought that is actually very important. Yeah.
So what do you want to see for it to make sense as a trial?
No,
he just said it. He just said it. Wake up.
I just said it. I just said it.
Short tip content and
You're gonna
editing.
have to
No,
watch this back.
not just that.
There's
But
no-
really
there's
be
nothing
like,
more
okay,
than
cool.
that.
All right, we are
Resourcing the talent. Resourcing the
Yeah,
talent within the DAO. Making
Not the
them
DAO, the
help us
community.
pick up. Yeah, the community becoming
community and stuff like
bigger and better.
Yeah, become something that will add value to Jupiter, the ecosystem, and to the whole space for years to come, right? Because again, a work group is extremely different from one of grant, right, or anything, right? It's very, very different. It's not a grant, it's not a job, it's anything. It's more like you need to be in the community and adding value and stuff, and then the growth, right? The reason why we resource work groups over years, right? And or weeks, years, months, right? And not a day or two, or it's because there's a certain growth process, right? That happens here. Okay, the growth process, right? That we grow together as a community, right? Like for this uplink working group, every time we do it, we grow. It evolves. So and that needs to and work groups need to have that capability of growing. Okay, yeah. So
yeah,
basically, anyone can look at it. We're going, okay, wow, in 3 years it's gonna be huge. That's the idea. Things like that. Yeah.
Thanks.
I would pile on there. I think like the primary differentiator between someone who is receiving grants for a podcast versus a work group who's doing a podcast is like, can the work group can it have the autonomy to solve its own problems without having to talk to me or talk to Slorg or talk to Meow or these things? Can you solve all of your own problems and hire for those things and figure those things out? Because I think that's the key differentiator, because if you can do that autonomously, well, then you should be paid autonomously to do that. Without having to, rely on the other arms of the DAO who might be less informed on, what goes into a podcast.
I mean, just to be clear, you can get help for sure, just that, but you must drive it.
Yeah.
You must drive it. Like the biggest disconnect between the partial group is that they didn't drive it. It sounds like there was no drive, there was no driving, and then they're like, okay, cool, all right, we expected it. No, there's no expectation here, right? The expectation is that work group gets its own resources. Yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Well, for the sake of time, I think we'll start to wrap it up here. Any last words to folks as they dive into the proposal and get ready for the trial working group vote?
I would just say leave feedback now, because as soon as the vote goes live, it will be too late for feedback. So if you want to see something changed, talk now. And yeah.
And we welcome it all.
And as a trial, it's a trial, right? So what we don't try, man. Yeah, but in summary, I'm really excited to see. I'll say this: I'm really excited to see a world-class podcast, right? Centered around Jupe and the ecosystem and everything. Yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah,
that's the
I'm
plan.
fucking
That's
pumped.
the plan.
Yeah,
big time.
Conquer Web3. We conquer Web3,
Joe
and then we
Rogan
conquer the world.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, folks, go check out the proposal on the Jupe Research Forum. Get ready to vote. Thank you all to everybody from the community for coming out. And let me
thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye. All right, folks, we are.
Oh, that was a trucker. Wow.
That was a trucker. That's what's going on. We're at an hour and 40 minutes, and we're not done yet. I got a little reward for everybody, though. This is a fun little thing here from our guy, JupiterGPT, to keep the energy high before we go into the Cadet Corner and the POAP here at the very end. This is Film Corner, where we're going to do a little movie premiere, basically. If people are into that, let's find out. Meow has never seen this. I don't think anybody here has ever seen this besides myself. So let's watch it all together. Drop a little popcorn emoji if you're still with us right now, so that I know that we have more than just me and Meow watching this. Here we go. Awesome. Movie premiere. That's right. J for J. World-class podcast. There we go. Film. People are just saying the chat. All right. And there's my popcorn. All right. Cool. Let's get into it right now. This is the latest from SolJakey, ladies and gentlemen. Whoop. There we go.
So who would like to share next? Steve, how about you? We haven't heard from you yet.
Yeah, sure. Why not? My wife of 7 years, asked me to do 3 simple things. And that was the dishes, pick up empty Red Bull cans, and feed Chippy. Chippy's our pet rabbit. Well, was our pet rabbit. I didn't feed him and he died. But I had Deck Screener open on one screen, Jupiter in the other, and I didn't hit a single 1000x. And it wasn't until that I realized my wife, she was gone.
Well, Steve, we're happy to have you here, and we're all here together.
I'd like to share if that's okay.
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I've been so locked in on those trenches. I mean, addicted to gambling meme coins. Yeah, I found a way to spare 23 minutes of my day in those adult diapers. I wore those so I wouldn't have to get up to go to the bathroom, but forgot that my girlfriend was having her parents over for dinner, and yeah, she broke up with me. Okay. Don't touch me.
My bad, bro. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I was doing the exact same thing, but smoking crack.
What?
What? You've never smoked crack? You look like crack.
Oh, okay. No. Time out. Tone it back. OG, you haven't shared yet. Would you like to share? What are you doing over there? OG.
Huh? What? No, don't do meme coins.
What were you doing? Show me your phone.
Dude, I'm watching porn. Just another thing I need help with.
Listen, OG, you know the rules. There's no phones in here.
All right, fine. I'm buying a new coin. But you know what? Dev sold, CTO's active. I've seen it in all my cabals, and the cat's fucking cute.
Dude, what? You did not send it in the group chat? Bro, that's fake. Send it CA right now. I will ape 100 soul on your head.
Wait, if he's getting the CA, I want it too.
No, everybody, hold on. Stop what you're doing. Send me the CA. I got Jupiter loaded up. Let's run it.
My leather black jeans on, my by any means on, and I'm getting my scream on.
There it is, folks. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. People say drop the CA over here.
I got good news, JK. I got good news, JK. You know, when the mobile app drops and stuff, you'll be able to ape it so fucking fast.
That's good stuff, man. Shout out to
when the mobile app drops, you can drop it so fast. You know, you get everything's so fucking fast. Yeah.
Shout out to Jakey. That was insane and silly, and I think those are both correct terms. That is indeed insane and silly. What is what we like about Jakey putting out content that all different.
We need a Jupe addict microgrant.
We need a what? Sorry? Jupe addict microgrant.
Yeah. It's
meme coin rehab coming up next time.
I did the bike coins. Here you go. counseling therapy.
There it is. Excellent. Well, folks, let us know if you like Film Fest. We might try to do this more regularly. And shout out to Jakey. If you see it over on Twitter, he's going to post it very soon. Give it a little bit of love. Give it a like. Give it a comment. Maybe an RT. Let the world know that Jakey's doing some good stuff out here. Love it. I can't even click the comments fast enough to actually bring them up. The Sunnies or something else, and so on and so forth. All right. We want more. Well, we'll get more.
I love you, Jakey. Jakey, I love you. Come on the show soon, you know, and talk about your arm and everything and stuff. You're crazy. You have a crazy journey so far. It's super based. No, seriously, Jakey, I know you're here. So I know you're here and stuff. Come on the show. Talk about your arm. Talk about everything. You know, we love you.
Let's get him on next week. Jakey, 3:30 p.m. UTC next week. We'll see you here, buddy. All right. With that said, we got one last section to go through, folks, and you're gonna like it. Love doing this section. It's worth the wait, I assure you. Please drop a little JM into the chat for someone with a name that I have fucked up 3 times so far today. It's not Eyves, it's Eyves.
That's fine. That's fine. You can call me wherever you want. No, it's fine. You can call me wherever you want. Eyves, Eyves, it's fine.
I will call you a cat of culture, is what I will start off with here.
Ooh, sexy. Let's go.
That's the best thing to be called, quite frankly. The JMs are flowing in the chat. Eyves, for anyone who does not already know, can you tell them a little bit about yourself and how you got into the Jupiter community?
Well, I'll tell you what. If I'm going to tell my story about being a cadet, I need a whole planetary call for myself. It's so long. Like,
Jupe and Juice. Let's do it. Jupe and Juice. That's what Jupe and Juice is for.
There it is, right
No,
there.
I'm serious. Yeah, seriously. That's what
yeah,
Jupe and Juice
it's
is for.
amazing, man. It's amazing. So what can I say? It's like being part of the Jupiter community has been a truly transformative experience for me. When I first joined, I was drawn in by the energy and passion everyone has for this project. But over time, I've come to realize that it's not just about Jupiter products or airdrops or whatever. It's actually more. It's actually about building something bigger, something that reflects our values and creativity, or as I like to call it the culture. I think that's why we are called the Cats of Culture. And to be honest, man, it's an amazing place. Being a full-time student, Jupiter is it's like one of the few places that I run to so I can relieve the stress, if you know what I mean. People are like very supportive and willing to help anytime and anyhow.
You're there to help at all times.
How do we like it's not those things that I really think is about a key part of the PPP culture though, you know. Like I feel like so many communities out there, they are more focused on transaction or trying to like talk about how the moon, talk about how to and talk about cheating other communities, right? I feel like one of the things that I really personally appreciate about the Jupe community is that we are so helpful, you know, like we are really helpful. I think it's rooted in
Yeah,
like
it
helpfulness,
is.
right? Like,
Yeah.
really recognizing that Web3 is brutal. You know, like crypto can be brutal. Like it's like hey Cash, guys, you know Burning Man? There's this thing called like a safe space kind of thing, you know. So you have these tents that they take care of you if you're too fucked up.
You wouldn't know anything about that.
I kind of wish that the Jupiter community can be that way, right? Okay, it's a space that okay, things get rough and stuff, you know, in the trenches, you can come here. It's a safe space for you. No one gonna judge you and everything, you know, right? Things like that, and everything, right?
Yeah, that's what's amazing about the Jupiter community. Like, you can come from wherever ethnic background, wherever place, wherever time zone. You can always get help. You can see the love and appreciation from the members.
Our question. Go on. Cash, go on.
Take it, please, brother.
No, just question. How do you think we can continue to grow this culture? Because I feel like this culture is so precious and stuff. And I really want to kind of like grow it in a couple of ways, right? Number one, I want to make sure that like it continues. Number two, I want to kind of tell the whole world, right, that hey, you know what, like this is a space for you, right? I think if you're interested in learning and everything, so I'm very interested in like creating. If you're interested in learning about crypto, about different projects, about different like how to use anything, you know, like here's a great space for you, right? You know, whether it's on Discord or Reddit on Twitter, right? So how do we grow the idea? You know, that because that's something that's actually pretty important for me. Yeah.
I got you. We already are like by organizing events and podcasts as the Jupe and Juice guys are doing. Like I think we're already integrating newcomers every day. We are trying our best to spread the meta and make Jupiter community the most known in Web3 and even Web2, maybe. Why not?
I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Yeah. I was doing an interview with like Steve Chen, the YouTube founder, and then we were just like, you know, talking about like how many similarities there is kind of between like you know, crypto and the whole Web2 thing. Yeah, you know, yeah, so amazing. Yeah.
I'm curious, actually, because when you're talking to, you know, the Web2 folks, the normal folks, how do you talk about Jupiter in a way that maybe gets them excited to the degree that you do? I don't know that you do.
Is that question directed to me or?
Yeah, for you. You are the star here, bro. You are the star. We're here for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I believe. First of all, you told them about the opportunity you have in the Web3. Unlike Web2, there's like Web3 is like early. We're too early in Web3, and there are many opportunities, and the whole world now is adopting technologies that are like decentralized, like DAOs, like sexes and other things. So first of all, you told them about the opportunity they can have in the Web3, and yeah, we go on from there.
Interesting. So you kind of frame it in terms of like opportunity and what it can do for them.
Yes.
Which I think is useful. It might also be useful, again, to have something like this in the future, you know, like a normie press communications guide, basically. What, you know, obviously the Jupiter community has a lot of good stuff going for it. It's obviously not perfect, though. From the perspective of like a cat of culture who's deeply into it, what could be improved or what is missing in your mind? Whether it's a type of person, a process, something else entirely. How do you think about making the Jupiter community even stronger?
I think of integrating people or newcomers in a new way. Like I've been saying this for a long time. Like now, like organizing events or game nights or trivias, like to integrate newcomers. I think they will be tempted to join these groups or these servers to know about or to relieve the stress, as I said. And then they will know about the products and the perks of Jupiter.
Me and Meow have had this kind of debate before about the relative value of Discord these days. I think that obviously a few years ago, certainly when Super Team was getting started, it was the biggest thing. Now it's harder to get into. I think it's still probably the best scaffolding for communities in general. But I'm curious if you're a part of any group chats, let's say on Telegram or Twitter or anywhere else, where you talk either about Jupiter, where you talk about Jupiter stuff, and how, as a cadet, could that work to help onboard more Web2 folks?
Of course it does. I think Jupiter is already like famous and popular in all over the social media platforms, but we are still missing out on some platforms that are like not really used, not often used, like the Reddit platform or the Telegram platform. I think we should spread the word more in the other platforms.
Makes sense. I think that's certainly something that Uplink's working on doing, Jupe and Juice, and some of these other working groups as well. But it's great to see every individual. Somebody in the chat saying, Cheddar Rat saying, kick streamers. Could be interesting. Yeah.
I honestly, I feel like the whole thing here is that the more people do, the better, right? You know, I'm quite serious. I think me and Cash had this big argument yesterday where I almost punch him, punch his pretty face. You know, right? We were like, I was like, the more the merrier. He's like, nah, let's focus. I'm like, nah, the more the merrier. Yeah, but I do actually think that like if we as individuals can contribute, that'd be great. Yeah, so I think it'll be amazing. Yeah.
Be pretty great.
So one last question for you is like, so cats of culture actually play an extremely important role, right? In kind of regulating the whole community in Jupiter, right? So so how, and there's been a bit of discussion about that over the last few weeks, I think, months or even months, right? So I'm just curious, like, how you think about it. Like, how do you think about your cat culture role, and how do you think about and what do you think it should be, and how do you think it can continue to evolve? Yeah, I mean this specific COC role. Yeah.
For me, it's not a role, actually. I'm also a cadet, and I'm also like everybody else in the community. I don't see myself above anyone in the community. I see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, everyone is alike, and we should all help each other to build the Jupiter future. Or yeah, for me, the cat of culture role is not something that's how can I say this? The role is not important. It's like the values or the standards we have that's makes us the cats of cultures. I think anyone can have these standards and show them in the gen chat, and that's how they get the cats of cultures, by ethos and following the rules and the guidelines that Julians have put, or the team have put together.
Yeah, I think the that is actually, I think, what's amazing is that thing. It's not really about hierarchy or whatever, but it's more like a recognition, And yeah, I do think that other people who is not COC might actually have certain expectations of that, So I think that will actually be a pretty interesting conversation. I think, that we should have. And anyway, Cash, I'm really interested in having that conversation about Catdets and COC. Right, I know that they have been actually talking about it quite a bit, about what it means to be a cadet, what it means to be a COC. I think I actually want to do, if possible, one entire call on it, on community talks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
We should. I think it's important enough that it merits it. We
Sounds
get a
great.
bunch.
Yeah,
of
I think because
the
the cadet work group, the vote is coming up anyway, right? So we can probably do that before then. Yeah.
Makes sense. Excellent. Well, Eyves, if that is how you say your name, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sticking around late here. Appreciate you very kindly, my man.
Thank you so much. Hey, bro, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Seriously, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. All right, folks. This is not the longest ever, but it's not too far off. We're getting these are slowly just drifting to be 2 hours. They're going to be 3 hours soon. They're getting longer and longer. But for those of you who stuck around until the very end, hopefully you have enjoyed it. It was a banger call. I think that is the thing. It's like we're 2 hours in and it feels like we just kind of started over here. Not only did we go through the wins of the month, or wins of the week, excuse me.
Because we work here, right? Cash, because we're actually working on things, right? I think one of the things that I want to do with everyone is that I kind of want to show how we work. Right? Like, for example, the whole price API thing, that's how we work. We actually work, we show it and we work through it, we talk through it, right? So I feel like that's something I want to share with everyone as well, like how we work, like me and Cash, we have some disagreements, we work through it as well, Yeah, so that's how we do it. He's wrong, by the way, but we go through it. Yeah.
I will say, by the way, for anyone, special little shout out here, a little reading recommendation. So if it's late at night, read this before you go to bed tonight. Meow's essay on how to herd cats is like sneakily one of the best project management or like manager or just like kind of leadership essays I've read in a long while. I don't know how I hadn't seen it before, but I just saw it like a day or two ago. And in it, he talks about the cat smacks that I think are very funny as well. Just what made me think of it. So go check that out. At the same time, go scan this QR code. If you have 50 Jupe stake, you'll be eligible for the POAP, a beautiful one. You're in the little space shuttle here as usual. Shout out to Srijani, best artist on Solana. And that is about all. Let's let it go. Where's the herding cat link? Let me see. If you just go to meow.bio, you'll be able to find that essay. It is pretty great. And the link is there as well in the chat in YouTube. All right, folks, that is about it for this one. So, came a long way. That's all I can say. I can't even recap it all because so much happened. But make sure to go follow Jupiter, the Jupe DAO, and soon the uplink Twitter as well. A little bit spoiler there. Over on Twitter, make sure to like and subscribe over on the YouTube channel. And if I can do a personal plug, Meow, can I do a personal plug? Would that be all right?
Yeah, go for it. Plug yourself to hell. Let's go. Plug yourself. Let's go. Plug yourself. Let's go. Plug yourself. Let's go.
Plug myself. Solana Ecosystem Call tomorrow, 1 p.m. UTC. Please do come out to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have Raj over there as well. Meow is a previous guest. Fun fact, that is actually the reason that me and Meow are doing this planetary call now. It's because of the ecosystem call. That's where it started. All right, folks, that's it. Where's the last song? The song isn't on the last slide. Well, I guess that's going to be it for today. Meow's still mad. Did you put that chat up?
No way. No, I don't believe it. Yeah, let's go.
All right, folks. You don't have to go home, but you cannot stay here. Thank you very much for everything. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Goodbye.